I started to feel myself kind of like energy dwindle, so I decided to get some delicious iced coffee. I'm not a huge fan of pretentious coffee shops, but the one that I will always kind of give it a chance, and it's probably not even the greatest, is Blue Bottle. They have this thing called Lanola, which is like a New Orleans inspired coffee, where it's like chicory and some sweetness inside of it that kind of tastes so good. And you add like whatever dairy you want to add to it, and it's like phenomenal. That's like the only reason why I would go to Blue Bottle, even though I can technically kind of make that at home, but it's just easier just to buy it. But anyways, set aside from that, I do want to start off with a disclaimer. I'm no pro at audio. I will tell you that. I have some background in audio with, recording videos, recording podcasts, recording music. I'm not a professional. Let's just kind of put that on the table. I'm not a pro. I know surface level stuff. But I can't do everything or know everything, I guess you would say. But it is a goal to learn all this stuff because audio itself is a whole new world, And as more as I progress into making videos and stuff for, this channel, for other people, I want to get to know audio. I want to know how everything works, and how I can, I guess, elevate my audio to the next level, So it's there because obviously, like, I don't want to, make that as my weakness, So that's the first disclaimer. The second disclaimer: this product I bought myself. Also, this product is not new. This product has been out for, God, I think 2 years maybe now. 1 year, a year and a half. I don't know. I bought this myself, and this is my personal view. This is my personal opinions. This is, it's kind of why I kind of break it down why I bought them, why I preferred it before other products and stuff. Obviously, nobody's paying me to say anything because I only have, 15 subscribers, and I get roughly around 30, 40 views on my videos. So obviously, I'm a no one. So, I have a lot of creator friends who've been posting about them getting hit with random comments of people kind of, shitting on them because they do like a sponsor video or a non-sponsor video, and people are like, oh, this is just a stupid ad. So I kind of want to say something before I proceed forward. But I highly doubt someone's going to say that in my comment sections, unless somebody wants to, just to be a troll, because that'd be so funny. Just be like, hey, this is like an ad or whatever. Anyways, back to the fucking stuff. DJI Mics 2s. This is the baby that I'm talking about right now. These are second versions. I had like a thing for a while. These are my go-to mics. These are the ones that I use all the time. I say this as I'm using a Rode mic right now connected to my equipment, but this is what this is what I use all the time. I prefer these a lot. There's so many reasons why. I have them written down. But no matter where I go, whether I'm traveling, across the country to another country, if I'm going somewhere where I want to vlog, these are the ones that I take with me all the time. These are the only ones I do own. I've used Rodes and Anchors and Newer's mics before. I still find myself going back to these ones, and there are many reasons why, And like I said, there are other competitors out there. Rode themselves, this is where I can prove to you that no one's paying me to say this. Rode themselves has a history of doing audio. They made podcasting equipments. Now they make streamer equipments. They make mics. They have a history. I'm not going to be surprised if Shure mics make their own wireless mics, but they have a history. DJI is known for drones, but they were like, let's get our feet wet in the audio industry, and they rocked it with this. They also rocked it with the DJI Mic Minis, which came out a few months ago. And everybody's hyped about them. There are a few flaws that I know some people don't want to use them. We're not going to get into that. The main ones I've heard is that you can't get a lavalier mic on there, but I feel like the Mic Minis are meant for like content creators who are vlogging off their phone, or the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. You can't use a hot shoe adapter. I'm going to dive into that with this baby. But like I said, I feel like that's really that product. The DJI Mic Minis is really meant for phones and smaller cameras, so I understand why just not needing to do it, but maybe they'll do it down the road. And I think the third one is that what was the third one? I heard it multiple times. I saw it on Threads too, and I think it's just because like they wish they had an app on the phone so they can see their thing. But then I'm also kind of like it defeats the purpose of it being like a just plug and play kind of concept. Anyways, aside from all that stuff, these are my pride and joys. I take them everywhere. I use them all the time. There are so many reasons why. I mean, for starters, I kind of want to just show the case itself. The case is a way better version than the first versions. It kind of locks, and you can. The first versions, you can be able to do this, and they all came out. That's one of the reasons. Also, I'm not doing a full review in this. Sorry, I keep side conversation. I'm not doing a full review in this. I'm just doing the things I like about this. You can find a full review with other people, so if that's what you're looking for, go to them. This is just kind of what I like and what makes them unique and why I chose them. So, anyways, back to my review. I keep rambling. I think the coffee's kicking in. So, yeah, obviously the case is way better. I like this case better. I don't know, something about the bulkiness of it makes it feel like it's like real professional. The transmitters have this really cool, like kind of transparent feel. I kind of like it because you can kind of see everything inside, like I guess parts of the components. The receiver is better than the first one because it still has the 1-inch screen. I mean, you can still use it to navigate the menu, but you can now use not just the 1-inch screen, but you can use this little dial they have on there to kind of go navigate through the menu, which is kind of really nice. You can use it to adjust gain settings on whichever the transmitter or the receiver. You can go through the menus. There's a lot you can do with this dial, and it makes it easier for me as someone who has a big ass hand, because I tend to like sometimes the touchscreen I tend to accidentally like select what I don't want to select, and I'm just like with the dial it makes it much easier. Also, if I keep looking off the side, it's because I have notes, so don't mind me. It's also smaller, not smaller compared to first version. They're about the same size, but when you compare it to people like Rode, they have like their square size ones, which are not a problem, but I like the fact that this piece here, if I just clip it on my shirt or use the magnet, it's small. It's there. It's tiny. If I use a lavalier mic, I can just connect it to my pants or put it in my pocket and feed it through my shirt. Or I could put it on top of my hat. That's what's so nice about it, is that it's a tiny little thing. I mean, like, compare to my hand, like, look how small that is. And that's kind of what makes this design so much better than the first version, as well as competitors, in my personal opinion. I know everyone else would have other reasons, but it just makes it better and makes kind of the workflow easier in my opinion, because I don't like bulky things. I don't like having to carry so much stuff, and my bag gets heavier. This just goes right into my backpack, and then that's it. So obviously the other competitors don't add weight, but that's just my point of view. There's so many things about the mic too that just, I don't know, they're so great. I enjoy them. The sound audio, the audio quality is so great. They haven't changed as much. Like, I say that like it sounds negatively, but reality, it's like they produce a product that got better and the sound got better. And I've never had an issue with it so far. The only time I've ever had issues when my like transmitter or receiver settings was all whacked up. But I was able to fix it post-process. So that's one thing. One thing that's kind of cool is that when you're recording on the internal recording on the transmitter, you can do it in 32-bit float. So what 32-bit float, and this is a rough description of 32-bit float, is that when it's recording audio, and let's say you yell or a really loud noise happens, rather than it clipping in the audio, it will automatically adjust so that way that audio doesn't clip. It really, what it does is that it brings down kind of, I guess you would say, maybe the highs and lows to kind of balance that audio out, which is kind of cool. You can use that when you're doing the internal recording on the transmitters. You can't do it when you're doing it from the receiver, which kind of sucks, but that's fine. One thing I want to kind of talk about, and it's kind of cool, is that the transmitters have a haptic feedback. So pretty much what it's saying is, rather than using kind of the LED lights, as you can see blinking, as your kind of, I guess you would say, like your indicators of what's happening. Right now, this says that I'm paired to a device. But you have certain buttons on here that when you do push them, they give you a haptic feedback, which is kind of nice for someone who, like, let's say I can't see this and I accidentally hit the record button, I'll feel it. I'm like, oh crap, I just started recording right now. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So it allows you to kind of minimize your mistakes, which is kind of cool. Part of the design, as well as what makes it unique, is that these buttons on the transmitters do other functions. So your recording button you have on here, if you hold it on for a little bit longer, it actually mutes the audio. And then the power button, obviously, if you push it, turns it off. But if you push it and hold it, it will actually do the intelligent noise cancellation, which is kind of nice. Also, another cool thing about this is that, let's say you don't want this whole entire thing plugged into your phone, you can now pair this to your phone, which is nice. I mean, you can only do one, but still though, like that's better than nothing, you know? Because I'll be honest with you, I sometimes hate having to like plug that in my phone. It kind of gets annoying sometimes. That's just my feedback. Kind of on the topic of recording on your phone, you can record. You can use this on any device. That's what makes it so nice. You can use it on cameras, phones, DJI Osmo Pocket 3s, or any DJI products that are like handheld recording devices, laptops, iPads. I one time took a Zoom call using these because I wanted to test them out, and it worked. And actually, the person on the other end was like, "Your audio sounded way better than before," and I was like, "Sick, cool." My audio sounds good now, but with these on there, it was like phenomenal. So that's kind of nice. And still on the topic of adding this to other devices, they came out with this really cool thing. I want to say make a few months after they launched the DJI Mic 2s. It's this hot shoe adapter for, let me see if I can you can see it. This hot shoe adapter that's for Sony cameras. So one of the things, I would say it's a first world problem, is that you would get, obviously, the cable from the receiver to the camera. You know, sometimes some people are like, oh, I really wish this connected automatically and I didn't have to do that. Literally, you slide this adapter into the back where you would put the other points. It would confirm you're using a camera, and you literally attach this to your camera's point. Simple as that. And then it'll tell you, like, confirm to use camera, and you say yes. And you can also set the settings where the receiver turns on when you turn the camera on, which is kind of nice, or turn off when you turn the camera off. No cables. And the noise quality is still there. So like that's really cool in my opinion. Because I'm not saying I hate the cables, but sometimes I'm like, I'll forget it and I'll leave it like at home, and I'm like, oh fudge. But this is nice. This, just having this on top of here with no cables is nice, especially if I'm using a cage like my FX3. Sometimes I have other things plug in, and just another cable, I'm just like, ugh. And then, you know, obviously another thing I kind of like about this, you can get a lot of parts for this, which is nice. They just make it simple for camera settings. I know you can obviously do that in post-process, fix what you need, but inside the DJI menu system, when you go to the receiver settings, you can pick what camera setting you want to choose. So like I can go and select Sony FX3 or Sony Alpha 7R Mark V, or even other competitor, like when I say competitors, other cameras. You can pick Canon, Nikon, Fujifilm, all other cameras. Depending what you use, you can change that the setting in here. And what that does is that if your camera recording audio quality is not the best, it will compensate that. So I know if I go to receiver settings and I click the FX3, it will then adjust the receiver and transmitter settings. I know they will pull up the gain up to a 9. Obviously, you can adjust that if you want to based on your liking. But just having that functionality in one device is really nice, because then your post process is going to be much easier. It's going to be a little bit better, because then now you don't have to spend, I don't know, maybe like an hour trying to adjust that audio. And that, like I said, that's so nice. There's these mics, I've used them for so many things, and that I don't find myself wanting to change them. I find a few issues, which I'm not going to go on about. You can find other videos about that. But I want to talk about what makes them good for me. And they could be good for you. I mean, Christmas is just next week. If your partner or your friend or your whomever wants one, you can go buy one. These things are about like $350 for the 2 transmitters and the 1 receiver. You also get a traveling case with the mics, like the windscreen, and then as well as like cables to charge, as well as to plug into your camera. You could buy other devices. I bought lavalier mics just so I can do, like, you know, when I want to record an interview. Like I said, we're in this we're in this cool digital age where wireless mics are starting to, you know, blow up. Like I said, DJI just did their Mic 2s or Mic Minis. Rode has now their colorful collection for content creators so they can stand out, which is kind of cute. They also have their mini versions. And other people have some. Anchor, newer, random companies are starting to make them. So it's kind of nice to see this market blow up. But in the end, I'm still going to pick DJI. And there's so many reasons why. I mean, I list a few in this video already, why I choose them. But I do like the fact that they're the type to find the problems in this one. And then the third version, they do it better. You know, the first version of this, there was a few things where people were like, I wish I had this and that. They did it in this. They're going to take this, and they're going to take what the Mic Mini has done, like any of that feedback, and probably do a DJI Mic 3. Am I going to buy it? Obviously. Because it's the fact that, like, I can do so much with it, and they sell accessories for it to, you know, expand your workflow, to make it easier, to make it more, I guess you would say, efficient. So, you know, like I said, there are many competitors. This is the one I kind of want to stay with. And I know this video is kind of a fucking rant, but that's how most of my videos are, is just a rant. And yeah, I'm going to continue using these. Like I said, Christmas is next week. So if you're still trying to look for that one piece of device for your friend that's a content creator, or your friend that is, como se dice, like into, I don't know, if they're into like vlogging and stuff, this is it. This is what to use. But yeah, like this is just like I said, a quick kind of, hey, look how cool this product is. I like it. You may like it. Your friends might like it, or whoever might need them like it. But you also don't have to buy them. You can get Rodes. They're also good as well. But like I said, this entire video is literally just my personal opinion. Other than that, I mean, that's about it. I won't have a video out during Christmas because it's Christmas. I'm not going to record anything, but I will the following time. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions about this. Like if you don't own this, and like, or you do own it and you have an issue, maybe I've already troubleshooted. Maybe I'll do another video on that, troubleshooting problems that I faced. But like I said, like, subscribe, comment. I'm trying to grow this channel, so it'd be kind of nice to get it bigger. I'm gonna finish off now because I can hear a lawnmower go on outside. I can't even fucking speak. Anyways, enjoy this video, and I guess we'll see you soon. Maybe not soon. I don't know. I might take a vacation. This is a lot of work. Anyways, I also just realized my camera is saying that my shutter speed is 1/80th. So I don't know how this is gonna look. It could be wrong. Anyways, late haters, and have a good rest of your week, and happy holidays.